Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am super excited to be filming finally because you guys, the last week has been the struggle. I didn't film for one weekend because my sister was here, and then all of last week I didn't film except one video because there was a day I felt a little bit better, so I filmed on the new Glaminatrix collection and got that up, but I got sick and then I thought I was better. My son was sick and completely miserable, and then I lost my voice partially, so I'm finally feeling a little bit better today, and I kind of need to be on a strict pre-filming schedule because I used up so many videos, and I have 2 trips that I'm going on during the month of March, so I need to be on it. So I thought today I would go ahead and film something a little bit quicker, just like a little quick discussion about some brands that I'm obsessed with, that I'm crushing on right now. I actually just posted today the makeup romance tag, and so many of y'all seem to be enjoying that one. So this is kind of like the same concept where you're comparing love to makeup and whatnot and makeup brands today. So I'm just going to talk about brands that I really love, that I'm like just in it right now, because I feel like I've gone through phases. Like there's been moments where it was like I was so obsessed with Blush Tribe and I was so obsessed with Juvia's Place and just different brands. Like I definitely had a ColourPop phase, so I thought I'd talk about the brands that I'm like just wanting to buy almost every single release from right now. And then I have 2 honorable mentions at the end of brands I haven't tried, but I have like a from a distance crush. Like I stared at them once and I'm hoping they like understand how I'm feeling kind of crush. So I don't know. I do want to apologize for my voice though, because I know it's not my normal voice. I'm still regaining it, so if it's super annoying, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish it was normal, but at least it's not squeaky anymore because it was so squeaky the last few days. All right. So, jumping right on in, I'm sure you guys could probably guess this. The first brand I put on my list, and this is in no particular order, but I am hardcore crushing on everything Natasha Denona right now. Probably the worst crush for my wallet because it's so luxurious and such a high price point. For me at least. I'm sure, I know there's things that are like worse out there like La Mer and whatnot, but to me it's a really high price point, but the quality is so good. And of everything I've tried from Natasha Denona so far, I've only had one product that disappointed me, and that's just because of personal preference, not even because it was necessarily a bad product. I'm actually wearing the Natasha Denona Lila palette on my eyes today, and I did film this look. It'll be coming up sometime next week, but I just love her eyeshadows. I love her quality. I love the mattes are so easy to blend for me. Even like the weird mattes, the ones that are like this cream formula, I feel like they're so pigmented and opaque, and I really actually enjoy working with those ones. You know the obsession is real when literally all of these palettes from Natasha Denona were sitting out and not in my drawers, so that they're here for easy access. Lately I feel like I've been super curious to try more in her line. The things that are at the top of my wish list would be her eye primer, her contour powders, and I'm also really intrigued to try her priming moisturizer. It reminds me of the Juno & Co. one or the Glossier, just like that really thick priming moisturizer, as I already said. And I haven't tried it. I don't even know if I've ever heard anyone talk about it, but it just looks like it would be something I would really enjoy. So I'm sure I will try those products eventually, but I love Natasha Denona. It's kind of funny because I did meet her, and honestly I look back and it's cringe because I feel like I'm such an awkward person, but she's beautiful. Her makeup was stunning in person, and I just love her artistry, and I love her palettes. So I have a crush on Natasha Denona's brand. Alright, so next is an indie brand that I'm so obsessed with right now, and actually I've been obsessed with them for a while. I feel like anytime someone's like, what's an indie brand that I should try that I don't know about, or what's an underrated indie brand, like the first thought that pops in my mind is M Cosmetics. They are a really amazing Canadian indie brand, and they are EMME. Not to be confused with M Cosmetics EM, which is Michelle Phan's brand. So they're just a tiny little brand, but their quality is so good. I actually yesterday went ahead and put them all in a palette together and made it look cute. So this is my current M Cosmetics collection, and I just love their shadows so much. I plan on doing a video on this soon. I'm waiting for my voice to return a little bit more before I have to talk through all of these shadows, but I'm obsessed with M Cosmetics, and every time they release a new shade, I'm like, oh man, I need it, and it's hard because they release just a few single shadows at a time, and it's Canadian shipping, so it's not super high, but it's higher than normal, and it's like I want to make an order that's like worth the shipping kind of thing, so normally I'll wait it out, but I've been slowly adding and adding and adding. I think this is like 4 or 5 orders, and I've just never been disappointed with any other eyeshadows. They are stellar, just amazing quality. I can't say enough. So I'm obsessed with Cosmetics, and they're like that crush that you want to tell everyone about. It's like you're like in the grocery store and they're like, how are you doing? And you're like, I'm in love. I'm in love. So every time someone talks about an indie brand that deserves more attention, I'm like, Cosmetics. They are just amazing. Alright, so the next brand on my list is Terra Moons Cosmetics, and I actually don't have all of their products together in one palette, unfortunately. I know I have all of their iridescent chameleons in a palette that's like over on the other side of the room, so I'm not going to go grab it, but I will make sure to link down below every video that I've done on Terra Moons in case you want to go ahead and check them out more, and maybe I'll throw some pictures on screen. Maybe I won't post, like, editing me is probably really unhappy that I just said that, but I love Terra Moons Cosmetics. They are amazing, and it's kind of funny because I tried them whenever they first came out, and like they only had a very limited amount of shadows and highlighters, and I was a little bit disappointed with the shadow quality, but the highlighters were so nice. I really love their shade Lace. That's one of their originals. It's like this really beautiful pinky tone, and I liked it, but it wasn't something like it wasn't like an immediate crush. Like, they were in the friend zone for a while. They're like they're the crush that you like slowly realize you're like, dang, did I catch feelings out of nowhere? So whenever they released the iridescent chameleons, that's when I went ahead and placed an order for them, just because they were so beautiful, and it was definitely like a chance because they were expensive. I didn't know if I was gonna love them, but they just looked so good. So I ordered those, and then I ordered some shimmers, and then they sent me some new mattes. They're reformulated mattes, and the mattes were so good. Really just a great formula. Super easy to work with, super pigmented, super smooth, easy to blend. So it was already like, oh wow, like they've really improved these mattes. And the shimmers were also beautiful, and then the iridescent chameleons were just like love at first sight. They are so good, and my opinion has not changed. They are my favorite inner corner single shadows that have come out yet, and ever since then I feel like they have just been killing it. For Black Friday they came out with a bunch of really beautiful duochromes and shimmers, and I purchased a bunch of those, and I really love them. I also really love the formula of their multi-chromes. They're just super intense and just like such a creamy metallic formula. And then they recently released their Cosmic Chameleons, which are super bright, like multi-chromes, like vibrant multi-chromes. They are so stunning. I don't have them yet. I was going to purchase them, but they said that they would send them to me. So they were a pre-order. I have no idea when they're gonna arrive to me, but I cannot wait. And then I'll just show you a picture on my phone because editing me is gonna like me so much more if I do. They released a picture, a little sneak peek of some new pastel mattes that are coming soon. You see that? Actually, you know what? My phone brightness is down kind of. Do you see that? I'm like, I literally can't stop thinking about this picture. They are so beautiful, and I'm imagining them with my new Glaminatrix shadows. Like, look at that. Look at that together. Is that not perfection? My 2 little flowers. So I will definitely be buying those shadows. I'm so excited, and I feel like, especially given the formula of the mattes that they just came out with for Black Friday, I think I'm gonna really like these. I'm hoping. I have very high hopes, fingers crossed, and that's why I had to put them on my list as a crush, because I just love everything they've been doing. I've been wanting to purchase everything they've been doing. I have been purchasing everything they've been doing. Alright, so the next brand would be Alamar Cosmetics. I absolutely love Alamar, and I'm so grateful that I got their original palette, Reina del Caribe Volume 1 in BoxyCharm, because I feel like it could have been, like, there's things that get hyped up, and I feel like it was a pretty neutral palette. It had some pops of blue, the shimmers looked nice, but realistically, was it something I would have purchased myself? Most likely not, and I feel like getting that and getting to test it out and seeing how good it was just kind of the start to my love for Alamar because the quality for me is just really, really good. I was thinking about it, and I don't know if they've done anything like super revolutionary, but I just feel like everything they do is done really, really well. The quality is always really good, and it's just like you can trust that it's going to be a good product. I also, of course, love like a woman-owned brand, which is actually the same for Natasha Denona, M Cosmetics, Terra Moons. Actually, every single brand I'm talking about is a woman-owned brand, so that's cool. I also really love the aesthetic of a lot of their products. They're nothing too crazy or extra. They're actually pretty simple, but I just feel like they're nice. Like this little blush palette here, just for me, captures like beachy, sun-kissed cheeks, and like just something about this. Like it reminds me of water, and it makes me feel like summer all year long. So this is the medium tan one, which I got in Boxy Jarman, then I went ahead and purchased the lighter one as well. Another thing I really, really love about Alamar Cosmetics is their inclusivity. I feel like they've done things that even giant brands haven't, and the fact that for their launches, they make sure to come out with something for every skin tone, I really appreciate. For all of their palettes, or their face palettes, they have a fair light, a medium tan, and a dark deep option. And I love that so much because there's so many brands that they just want to put it all in one palette, or they want to put it all in two palettes, and there's so many skin tones and undertones that I feel like that's just so unrealistic. Like whenever the Anastasia contour kit first came out, it was only available in one shade. I know they eventually did a deeper one, but even that one I can speak to. The lightest one, the light highlighting shades were darker than my skin tone. I'm thinking of all the different Tarte blush palettes that have came out over the years, and how like there's never a variety. Hourglass, I don't know, there's been so many brands that have come out with face palettes, and it's always just one. So I love that they do 3. I feel pretty positive that their future launches will be the same. Whatever face products they come out with, there's always going to be an option for everyone, and I just absolutely love that. I just think that's so important. And it's like you see a small brand, and like, yes, they're not the smallest ever, but you see them do it, and I'm sure that they have a way smaller budget than these gigantic brands, but they care about it, so they're putting effort into it, and I just appreciate that so, so much. I also really love their owner. I feel like she's total boss babe energy, and I love watching her Instagrams. I feel like she's just super, like, inspiring and empowering. I love Gabby. So I love Alamar. Alright, so the last brand on the list as far as brands that I have tried and actively continue to purchase from would be Clionadh Cosmetics, and I love them. They are another Canadian indie brand. They are on the smaller side, but they've had quite a blow up the last year and a half or so, ever since their stained glass collection came out. That got them so much attention, and I've felt so proud of them, seeing their numbers go up and just seeing how many people are interested in them because they have really good quality. I will say I'm not a fan of their matte eyeshadows at all. I just feel like they don't work for me. To be fair, maybe I should put my palettes back out, try some different eye primers, give them another go, but I've just never been super huge into their mattes. But I feel like their shimmers are so beautiful. Even their regular shimmers, they're just like so soft and satiny. They have so many interesting duochromes. The shade Soul is everything to me, one of my favorite yellow shades ever. It's a yellow to blue shift. And then of course the stained glass collection, it is just so beautiful. There's so many colors, so many duochrome options. I just feel like they're really unique, standout products. So I love what they do. I wouldn't say that I buy every single launch from them, but every single launch they do definitely does grab my attention. And honestly, I've spent so much money on Clionadh Cosmetics. I'm not comfortable verbally saying it out loud. It's like in the movies, whenever they write it down, whatever the numbers may be, if it's a job offer or whatever, they always write it down and they like show the other person. They're like, And I think that's so interesting why, like, I don't know why money is so hush-hush, even though I'm hush-hushing it right now, but it's a lot. I just really, really love them, and I love being able to support them. I just also have to mention, like, they have a hella long wait time. Like, that's just, like, every time I make a Clionadh order, I know, like, I'm gonna be patient. Like, it's not something I sit and wait for an email for. It's not something I, like, obsessively stalk the tracking, because I know, like, I just let it go, and when it arrives at my house, I'm excited. Like, that's how I view it. But they have such good customer service. They're so communicative. I've had 2 different emails already from them waiting for my order that I made, I want to say last month, and I made it in like the first few minutes, but it was a really large order, so I'm sure that's why it's taking so long. But I got an email originally that was like, to everyone who made orders in the first few minutes, we're working on it, your stuff will be going out this week or next week. And I was like, okay, great, thanks for the update. I saw people start getting their orders. I was kind of like itching, like, hey, wonder when mine is coming, like, I'm so ready for this. And they actually sent me a personal email and let me know that my order would be shipping out sometime this week. So I'm super, super appreciative of that. I think it really says a lot for them to take the extra time to let customers know what's happening. And I've also had experiences where, like, I ordered and I realized that I ordered all these stained glass shadows separately, and I could have done a bundle and saved so much more money, and I could have got more shadows for the same price. And I was so mad at myself, and I messaged them and they helped me right away. They helped me cancel my order. And then, like, I was trying to remake the order and something went out of stock, and I told them, and they like were helping me like as I went, and it was like kind of a process trying to get my order done. But they've always just been so kind and helpful. And I know I'm a YouTuber, and I feel like it's kind of weird because recently I had an experience where someone's like, well, maybe it's because you're a YouTuber. And I guess now, like, I should think about that, because it's never been something that went through my mind before where it's like, oh yeah, maybe I got good customer service because whatever. But I've heard from a lot of people that they've had really good customer service with Cleona, so it's not just me. And yeah, I just absolutely love them. I think they're so amazing. I have some of my stained glass shadows right here if you want to see some. And I cannot wait for my order to come, because I got their like giant magnetic palette because it was on sale, and I just can't wait to have all my stained glass shadows together. It's a whole moment. And I feel like these are the kind of shadows, like, you're gonna get compliments on, and people are gonna say, what are you wearing on your eyes, because they're just super attention grabbing. My throat's starting to hurt a little bit. I'm talking a lot longer than I originally meant to. I thought this video was gonna be short and sweet and to the point in like 10 minutes. But here we are, me taking forever like always. Okay, so the 2 brands that I have yet to try that are like super high up on my list and I just love the aesthetic of, first would be Kosas. Kosas, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. That's how new they are to me. They're like, I'm not even gonna go there. They're just new to me, and I've seen people raving about them recently. I think that they have, maybe in like the last 2 months or so, came to Sephora, which obviously is a great way for them to get attention and for people to be talking about them. But they seem to have really like natural skin products, like a tinted face oil foundation. Their concealer looks to be super luminous. They have cream blushes, and I just really, really love those kind of products right now. I'm not gonna lie, I had a moment where I went on their site, I added like 5 things, it was like $100 that I'm like, I don't need it, but it is really, really tempting. I'm trying to be better at not buying things just to try new brands or just to try new products, but I've just heard so many good things that I want to try them for myself, and I feel like the vibes, the products, like, they just seem like they would be something I would really, really like. They're just my makeup aesthetic. I'm over matte, I'm over cakey, I'm over full coverage, so I'm about it, and I'm sure I will try them eventually, but I just feel like I slowly heard people talk about them more and more, and I'm super intrigued by their products. And then the last brand I have to mention that I have not tried yet, even though I did talk about them already because they are on my list of brands I really want to try for 2020. And it's kind of weird because they're a little bit older. I feel like they haven't come out with any new products recently. I literally never hear anyone talk about their products either, but they just intrigue me so much, and that would be Danessa Myricks Beauty. They're on Beautylish, and everything, again, looks so glowy. All of their products look glowy. They have so many different highlighter options. Like, they have like highlighters and like a little balm thing. They have loose highlighters. I really just started coughing so hard I started tearing up, and then I'm like using my beauty blender like emergency, trying to have my makeup last for like 2 more minutes to finish this video. But anyways, they also have pressed highlighters, they have liquid highlighters, and they have so many colors. Maybe that's why I haven't tried them yet, is just because there's so many options. It's overwhelming. But again, I just feel like the aesthetic of the brand is my aesthetic, and I really, really love it. I think Danessa Myricks is an amazing makeup artist. Like, her skin work is just flawless. So I have an afar crush on those 2 brands. I just had to include them because I've been thinking about them a lot lately. So that is pretty much everything for this video. I would love to hear what brands you're crushing on. Feel free to comment down below. I think this will be an interesting video to look back on and see if I continue to like feel this way about these brands, because like I said, I've definitely had my phases in the past. So that's everything. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.